Hi everyone, this is part 2 of our optional instructor video critique. I will be continuing to review for Brooke, Connie, Joanne, and Joshua in this section 2. If you are in this section of the video, please go back and watch the first 2 or 3 minutes of the other video where I cover general information that will help you for as well. Okay, Brooke, let's go ahead and get started with you. First of all, I can tell just glancing at them, how similar these feel. You've done a really great job of emulating the overall kind of shape and design of it and finding typography that matches really well as well, and even down to the saturation level. So let's go ahead and look a little bit closer here. One thing that I notice immediately is you have this kind of dead white space over there, and that might be because you have a selection. Say you inserted a text box here, and your text box ends over on this side of the page. So when you save it as a JPEG, the JPEG file format doesn't know that there's actually nothing over here, and it's going to save it a big long file with this dead space. And so just look at your actual Photoshop file and make sure there's nothing over here that's empty, which is probably why you're getting this weird dead space over here. Okay. Amanda mentions tangents, which is totally true. You generally want to avoid those. Although I do really like this image, so I think it's kind of up to your discretion to decide if you think it looks like a two-headed deer or if you think not. So let's see. Together we can protect. Let's look at this one. Together we can do more. Yeah, they look pretty similar. You see how this is thinner, thicker. Your we can might even be a little bit thicker, but I mean it's pretty minuscule, the differences. Overall, I think you don't honestly have a lot you need to change. It looks really good. You've definitely met the goal of the assignment, which is to match and to make it feel like you have a cohesion, and you've definitely done that. You can maybe add this 2014 PNG. You could say 2017 PNG. But overall, it's looking really good. I can't tell if you've done any. It doesn't look like you've uploaded any of your slides yet. This is just the original ad. So just try to make sure your slides kind of feel cohesive with your designs as well, and you'll definitely be on the right track. Okay, thanks, Brooke. Okay, Joanne, you are next. Let's go ahead and take a look at yours. You said you were worried that your ad maybe wasn't actually done by someone. Let's see. Here are my sketches. Let's see. So I'm not quite sure which one of these I should be looking at. Sorry. Oh, that's cool. Okay. You've done a lot here, huh? You played around with it a lot. I'm just not quite sure which one you want me to critique. I'm guessing maybe... Oh, okay, there's the whiteout. Yeah. This one definitely does look better in the middle down here. It looks more apparent that that is what it is a whiteout. The only thing is I think your stroke was too thick. See how it actually looks really jagged over here? Like it has a thinner, you know how small the whiteout brushes are? This actually looks like that. This looks like you had some kind of white marker. See how thick it is? And so I don't instantly think that was done with the whiteout. So I might try to make the effect look a little bit more like this thinner whiteout here. Because I'm assuming this is a kind of big, well, it's not super big. Okay, so it's like maybe a normal size page, 8.5 by 11. And to do that whole section with whiteout, you'd have lots of little jagged parts coming over because it's a big area to cover with that. But it definitely matches the other ad in tone and they both really look like they could be part of the same campaign. I'm not sure if this is a professional ad. This is pretty big typeface for a professional ad. Usually their body copy on professional ads are a lot smaller than that. And then I'm not sure, I don't know, it's hard to tell. You got it off of this person's advertising portfolio. You know, it could have just been made. The following is a print campaign. It could have been made like what you're talking about for, or like what you're doing for a class. You know, and so I'm okay with you using it since you've come this far. I don't necessarily want you to have to go back and find a totally different ad because it does work. If anything, just make sure that your execution of it is really good and that your slide design is really good, because it's not quite as crisp as a professional ad might be. So you want to elevate it with your slides. So the slides that are around it, make sure those look really modern, professional, clean. They have nice solid contrast, and I think that will be okay and you can work with it still. Okay? Quite out, get a second chance for all those crap moments, and we all deserve a second chance. Period. And you said you're going to fix that spelling error. But besides that, I think you're headed on the right track, okay? So just keep on working on that. And like I said, make sure that those ads are really elevated nicely. Okay? You could consider, you probably made a choice to make it black and white, but the other one is not. The original is not black and white. And so it does feel more matching with the tone to have it in color. If this was initially in color, I might keep it in color just so it matches in tone even more. Okay? So thanks, Joanne. I'm looking forward to seeing your final. All right, let's keep on going here to you, Connie. Can't load, it would be 10 photos, you're right. Most of the class did only upload their ads, but it does mention up here at the top, I'm not going to scroll all the way up, that they are supposed to upload at least 1 or 2 of your slides. So if you want to do that, other people in the class might see that you've done that and might motivate them to also upload their slides, because that is part of the assignment. Okay? 10 photos, you don't need to upload all 10, just 2 or 3 is totally fine. Satisfied with the reverse image line, but the Photoshop remake is abysmal. It's good enough. Okay. Reverse engineering slides. Original ad. Okay. I'm just going to look at this really quick. One thing I'm going to say that's really drawing my eye is how close you are to the edge of the page here. Unless it's super intentional and totally off the page, it's too close here. I'm getting, oh, you can't see my, sorry, you probably can't see what I'm pointing at. See how close your O is to the edge of the page? So that's a tangent there because it's so close on the line, and it draws your eye away from this and focuses on that. Okay, so I would definitely either make it bigger and have it purposefully go off the page, or pull it over a little bit. Also, you'll notice that you have a tiny bit down here and a really big gap up here. And so I would make those the same so it doesn't look like this is off-centered within your box. And then it would be really fun to see some contrasting typography on your slides. Okay, so that's something that'll really help. This is a cool ad. I'm looking forward to seeing how you're gonna model yours after that. Okay, chronic migraine, and here's yours. Here's a new ad. I'm having trouble to get everything to fit and be consistent. My elephant just has really long legs. Yeah. Okay. It won't let me add more letters? Really? That's a weird problem to have. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but we definitely do need to get that resolved, so you can kind of have it match the other one, because you have this really strong headline down here. And I would probably make your typeface smaller and add some bolding to it, so you're matching this one in tone. You could even go above and beyond and add this little logo on the bottom left. That would really help it feel like it's matching it in tone as well. I like that you're using this typeface. I might make this one a little bit bigger, because see how huge this is, and yours in comparison is really small. Okay, so I might make this even bigger, and if you could try to make it a little bit of a, this kind of looks like grayish or transparent, and see how they did a really cool thing. They have this perfectly aligned and perfectly aligned there. That would look really nice on yours as well, which maybe you're not quite to that point, but you could add in some extra kerning to these letters and then make this big so it doesn't have to crush me. And you're right, your elephant is super large. I would probably make this person and the elephant both smaller. I can see a pretty strong black line here, probably from the selection of the elephant. So make sure you go in and you either delete this from the elephant picture, and also there's some weird lines around it. I would try to go in and to delete those as well from your selection, so your sky is nice and crisp. And then I think I'd probably make him smaller, and let's look at the other one again. The focal point for the animal is pretty close to the center of the page. So I might put the big elephant closer to the center of the page with a smaller person underneath it. And then all the things that are legible maybe would be on his jeans down here. And you wouldn't have to worry about them competing as much with this image and with his white shirt being so close to it. Okay, so I would just kind of continue to work on refining those things, but you're definitely heading in the right direction. Okay, I look forward to seeing what your final looks like, Connie. And then Joshua, you opted in, but I don't think I've come across your ad yet. Okay, Joshua, I don't see your ad on here. So if I missed it, or if you accidentally put it somewhere else, maybe you stuck it in the... Nope, I don't see it. Okay, well, maybe email me, or if you don't need it, that's totally cool too. Okay, thanks guys. Hope you all have a good night. Bye.